Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Onpassive 360. It's a new time, as you can see, 1 o'clock. Next week, we might even go back to noon, so people can get in early and maybe they have stuff to do during the day. Anyway, I'm going to go check my YouTube channel, make sure everything's okay. Turn it over to Red, and I'll be back in a bit.
Thanks very much, Marty. Hello, Chris Johnson, my two favourite people in Onpassive. How you doing? Good to be here with you guys once again. Are we having an exciting week or what? It's very exciting what we've got there in our GoFounders? Where's that then? OFounders back office. We're going to go over a few things on that today and bring you up to date with some other bits and pieces as well. As always, 360, the place to come if you want to have all of the up-to-date things going on. And I know that it is listened to by corporate and also Ash Mufareh as well. So it really is the place to be coming if you want to have all of that up-to-date things. Over to you, Chris.
Holy cow! I don't even know what to say anymore because I got nothing, but all I know is when I looked up at the pop-up yesterday, got something, and I was excited, and I think it says it all, and I can't be more excited, more proud of actually being part of this. I told people just be patient. I myself have stayed very patient, and guess what? Things are going to come to fruition. All I'm waiting for is Marty to change his background because it's completely wrong, but that's okay. And give me the thumbs up and let it go. I'll do the birthdays in a minute. I got to find it. Marty, it's all yours, my brother. Red, good seeing you, buddy.
I wanted to give you another digit, but I figured we better not. Anyway, thanks everybody again for being here. As you know, there is a new pop-up as of early yesterday morning. And it's pretty exciting. No matter how you read it, it's exciting. What we need to know now is keep your eyes open. Anytime after today's thing, the ball's going to be rolling down that alley for a strike. And it's pretty exciting stuff. I have been getting a lot of emails. I'm really happy to see new faces, new names, especially on YouTube. Probably people that are starting to hear about Onpassive. Some of them could be founders that have woke up from their slumber. Either way, we have a list of people that did not migrate. Red's on that list too, all of his people. I believe we'll be adding other people to the list because it doesn't matter who it is. Go through the list all the way to the bottom. If you've got an account there, it's yours. They've already been paid for as founders, but they haven't migrated. And in some cases, people forget that they own them because they went out and they bought one and life goes on and you forget that you actually did it. So go check out the list. It doesn't cost anything. You'll see that it's, what is the list? Migration OES@gmail.com, and you'll automatically get an email with all the information, the whole list, and you'll get a link that shows you how to migrate, and on that link will also show you if you might have migrated incorrectly and how to fix it. So everything's on one page. Check it out because this train is rolling down the track, and you want to be able to at least run and grab the bar and jump on. A couple things I'm really getting interested in the blog and all the content that they come out with. A lot of the blog it's not about just Onpassive, but it's about AI. It's about what's going on in the world to benefit mankind and women. And it's exciting. There's stuff happening that will enhance life, really. You know, I had a discussion with people and I realized the unknown can scare people to death. But let's go by what we do know. We know that before there was a car, there was horse and buggy. And when the car came out, it scared people to death. What the heck is that? We don't want no parts of that. It's going to ruin my business as a carriage builder or a blacksmith who puts shoes on horses. But look what happened from that. technology changed the world. It changed the jobs, the businesses, what we focus on, and made it enhanced people's way of travel. What might have taken somebody 6 months, you could do in hours. And that's a big deal. And I believe the same thing's going to happen with AI, where, you know, we look at, oh, it's going to take jobs. But what about the jobs it creates? People say, how's it going to do that? Look at history. All those big inventions that came out created jobs that they never existed. I believe there'll be jobs in AI that don't have a name today, because somebody has to program it, somebody has to watch it. And I also believe, because we think from our history, which we have, it's hard to think anything else. We don't know anything else. But be open-minded. You're in a company that is always thinking the future. Don't be surprised 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, it's not a 40-hour work week, it's 20. And people start getting more time at home, more time with family. And you're thinking, oh, how could that be? I'm working 60. That doesn't make it right. And technology can change that. If money's flowing and you start to get companies like Onpassive that care about people, care about value, don't be surprised 20-hour work week and double, triple what you're making now. Because it's going to happen. You know, I look at the jobs, some of the ones they're replacing. If you could take that same person and train them in OCademey, which I believe is going to happen too, of what's new and what's upcoming, that person or their kids or their kids' kids can say, okay, what's coming? This, we need X amount of people in 5 years to be able to fill these positions. You already know what's open. You go to OCademey, you get a 4-year program and do it in a year, because you're not getting wasted freaking classes that you're paying for, like paper mache building. I mean, what the freak does that got to do with engineering? But that goes on through college. They're sucking money out because they fill in time. It takes 4 years to get this degree. We're going to make it 4 years, even if 2 years is just garbage. And I think all that's going to change. I think what we do will be more efficient, and we'll be able to get kids in. And let me tell you something else. AI is going to be able to take our children and put them in a career that they are excited about. I really, really believe that. I've listened to it. I hear people talking. Ash talked about his boys. They're geniuses, but they're good because they're doing something they're passionate about. And everybody's different. It's fact. In Onpassive, everybody found their own lane. Nobody told them to go anywhere. Now, some people sit back and say, well, that's them. No, it's not. Onpassive could be a multi-trillion-dollar company. I believe it will be. If it's a multi-trillion-dollar company and we got a few 100,000 founders and you can't find a lane to be in, you got to get a walking stick, because something's not right. It's huge. It's huge. And listen, whatever lane I might have found, or Mike Ellis or Red Redford or Chris, those lanes can change. They're going to change. Red was more QA a year and a half ago than he is now. Now, does he still do Q&A? Absolutely. But we're watching the change, and we're going to go with it. In fact, I'm going to demand that I have something different, because why? It's wide open market. This whole company, I can go anywhere I want, do whatever I want. Have the same thought, and you can do the same. It's not built just for me. It's built for you. I don't care who you are. Chris loves boating and all. I didn't know that a year and a half ago. He said, what's that got to do with Onpassive? Make a club, talk about boating, and get 500,000 people in there, and then go to the outside of Onpassive and say, hey, do you love boating? Freaking right I do. Well, come here. We got a club we talk about. They come in, they're in Onpassive. It's that simple. Those kind of little simple things can explode what you're doing. And how much fun would it be to have a club surrounded by people that love the same things you do? So I've talked about this a lot. People say, well, you're redundant. You say the same stuff over and over and over. Same Bible 2,000 years later. We still go to Sunday church every week, and we listen to the same thing. Why? It's the same Bible. Because someday you hear it, and sometimes you don't. When it's your turn to hear it, it might not be because I said it. It might be the way it's said. and your state of mind when you hear it. I've seen people hear something, hear something, hear something. 3 weeks later, they write me, even call me, Marty, you have no idea how big Onpassive is. Now, they've been here for 2 years, but it hit them. They got up or they looked at something, they started to rake all this in for themselves instead of living vicariously through someone else. Sometimes you live vicariously through someone else to get to the point where you get it. That's happening to everyone. Everyone's getting their own little flash going, holy cow, this is freaking huge. And that's the cool part. That's what I get up in the morning for, because I know if we can get enough people to feel the unlimited for them. But listen, the platform's big enough, you'll never outrun it. Try. Even better yet, try to outrun it, because if you do, you'll be successful. Anyway, that's all I have. Over to Red.
That's all I have. Wow. Anyhow, actually, I'm glad you've come on first, Marty, because you've sparked a few ideas that I've written down as you were talking, just to expand on a few things. Migration, and we're talking about the migration. I've actually had people reaching out to me and asking me questions about the difference between a founder who is in the O-Founders back office and what is going to happen to them if they are not in the Onpassive ecosystem. I can't put it any more bluntly than this, that if they have not migrated across to the Onpassive ecosystem from the O-Founders, yes, they are still a founder, but they are not going to be part of any of the marketing. They won't have access to the products. They won't have access to the wallets, the links, referrals, anything like that, because it is all in the ecosystem. Are they a founder? Yes, they are still a founder. But unless they have migrated that account successfully across to the OES, then they will not benefit from what is going to be happening in the ecosystem. And we've seen all this by the pop-up that is there with the timeline. We all know now, make sure you read it, reread it, make sure it sinks in with what is being said. It is a definitive timeline of what is going to be happening. Any day from today, we will see a new ecosystem. When we see that new ecosystem, 3 days after that, we will see OConnect in it. When we see OConnect in it, we will have 2 weeks to use it as a free version. The day that we see OConnect in there as a free version, we will also be getting our referral links. We will also be getting the documentation for resellers, new NDA. All this will have to be read thoroughly and signed. Make sure you sign and you understand what you are signing and adhering to. This is to protect the company as much as it is to protect you as a consumer and founder in Onpassive. After that 2 week period, 1 week after that, guess what? We're going to have a new revamped OMail. 1 week after that, we're going to have OTracker. And then soon after that, we are going to have a new revamped ONet, and then new products coming your way after that. So an awful lot is going to happen, but it really is important that people migrate successfully. Now, I did the list to be added to Marty and Dan and Mike Ellis's for people who haven't migrated successfully. And you know, one thing that surprised me more than anything was people have bought these positions. They've actually paid to have these positions. So why not utilize them? It makes 0 sense to pay the money to waste it. Why not use it? One person has got 8 accounts that haven't migrated successfully or correctly in my organization. 8. That's $800, guys, that is going to waste, let alone the potential of each of those accounts. Each of the accounts that you successfully help to migrate is another stream of income, not only for that account, but also for you. I cannot reiterate this enough. Successfully migrated accounts in your organization is a stream of income to you. So why not spend the time whilst we can doing some housekeeping and having a look? Do anything you can. Remember, use two forms. You have the user, my users, that gives you and tells you if that person is successfully migrated. It will say unregistered next to them if they're not. Also, go to contacts. In contacts, it tells you again if they are unregistered or not. But the other thing with contacts is it has their phone number next to it, guys. It's another way of contacting them. Drop them a text, give them a message, call them even if you know them, and say, hey, I noticed that you haven't migrated successfully. Let me help you, because it's in your interest. Not only is it their interest, but it's your interest that they have successfully migrated. So we've talked about the migration, we've talked about the pop-up. Now let's talk about what Marty was talking about, now that he's changed his backdrop, which looks even better. AI and the integration of this and how it is all coming together now as far as an industry is concerned. The other day, not long ago, we told you how much this industry is going to be worth by 2030. Was it 2030 or 2035? One of the two. We're not talking about 1 billion, 2030. We're not talking about 1 billion here. We're talking about 200,000 billion. Well, no, 200,000 billion. That's the one. It was 200 and well, anyway, it was lots of billions. I've got myself confused there. So it is a massive industry. People are very scared of AI and what it's going to do, but also you need to understand that it is something that's going to happen. You're not going to have a co-worker, many of you. You're going to have a co-bot or a co-machine. But it's also going to generate jobs. It's not going to be all one-sided. They're generally going to be taking over repetitive, manual, labor-intensive jobs, but they're also going to be taking over learning, as in stuff that can be done through a computer that a person doesn't have to remember or in fact have to check, because the machine learning will do all that for you. It goes back to in stages in evolvement of industry. There has always been things that come along that make such a difference. I live on a narrowboat. The canal network in the UK was built around about 1840s through to 1920s. Why did it stop? What came along? The Industrial bloody Revolution. That's what came along. Absolutely changed everything. It was all horse drawn up to then, and then all of a sudden steam powered came along and completely changed that. But it also helped. All goods or heavy goods and services were used by the canal because it was a steady movement to carry large payloads. And then rail came along. What happened to all the navies that built the canal network? They built all the rail network and had done for hundreds of years since then. Obviously, machines do it now. So they embraced it and it's made things better. The Industrial Revolution is probably the largest differentiation of an industry change to mankind that there's ever been. AI is going to have that type of effect. Yes, people are going to push against it in the beginning. Why? Unknown. They're wary, scared. They see movies of machines with going out of control, taking over the world, kill buttons, blowing everything up, and they're scared. They're scared because they don't understand. They're scared because of the unknown. But they will see what a difference it's going to make by having artificial intelligence integrated into the things that they are using, the things that they are doing, the things that they are seeing, listening, hearing, and using on a daily basis. Why? Because, as Marty said, it makes their lives easier. They don't have to work the 40 hours. They can get as productive amount of work done in 20 hours and have that free time. Why? Because there is some part of artificial intelligence or robotics that they are using to enhance their job. So we need to understand that this is going to happen whether we like it or not. Why not be on the side of the companies that are making it happen? This is exactly why we are here in Onpassive. We are part of a company that is making this drive, making the AI come to the fore as far as a thing to be used is concerned. We are showing people that it is acceptable. We are showing them that you can actually have products and services that have got artificial intelligence woven into its network that work really well, that do a better job than something else at a lower price point, but it's far superior because of that technology. Mobile phones, the first mobile phones, they were good. Second generation, really good. But where are those companies now? Where is Nokia? Where is Motorola? They're not mainstay anymore, are they? Nothing wrong with them. They just didn't keep up with technology because Samsung came along and Mr. iPhone and Apple. They made something better, cheaper, that the consumer wanted. I firmly believe Onpassive is going to be the same. We are going to offer consumers stuff they want because of the enhancement that we are going to give them with our technology. Anyway, Chris, I had nothing. It's over to you.
Wow. I got a history lesson from the UK. I love it. Marty DeGramo, Red, you guys are definitely the guys with great information. And then here comes Captain Chris Johnson with some normal information that'll get you fired up. First of all, I want to tell you just real quick, I got a phone call today from someone that was having trouble not receiving something from Onpassive. Turns out to find out, and I want to say this clearly, they have Yahoo email. Yahoo blocked their email and said, listen, if you pay us $5 extra a month, we will unblock you to upgrade your email. That's what I call highway robbery. Okay, now this individual, to $5 extra a month is a lot of money. Guess what? That's called email change. That's just something you're never going to see in Onpassive. And I thought about that. That's just, to me, was horrible. Some people say, oh, it's only $5. Yeah, $5 to get something that you already own and have. So if you come across that, let me know. It's pretty bad. You know me, I like to research things. These guys research Onpassive, let you know everything perfect, but I found out something pretty cool this morning. And it was, you guys know how many species of human beings there are? There's actually, back in the early 300 years ago, there was like 300 species of human beings. And I'm thinking, huh? And then as the years went by, it came down to 10 and then 3. Don't ask me what they are because I can't even pronounce the names. So then all of a sudden, boom, I figured it out. There is a brand new species of human beings. And I was totally blown away by this. This new species is popping up in every country. They're different shapes, they're different sizes, they're different colors. They all have different religions. They all care about their families. And I'm thinking, wow, what a great species. And then it says they all have the same goal in mind: success, helping people. And that new species is called an Onpassive founder. I thought, man, that's pretty good. That is the #1 species in my book. I know I'm part of that species. And I threw that out just for giggles, just to make you laugh and think about it. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about, it's going to relate to you, it's going to relate to Onpassive, it's going to relate to Ash Mufareh. You guys all know the show American Pickers. If you don't, it's 2 guys that travel all over the world and they find antiques, they buy them and they resell them. Well, one day they get a phone call. A guy says, my uncle 40 years ago buried a Harley Davidson in the back of his yard next to his garage. And if you know American Pickers, like, oh, we got to see this. So they don't even own the house anymore. They go knock on the lady's door. They drive all these miles. They tell her the story and she says, yeah, go ahead. We'll pay you for any damage we do. So they start digging a hole. All right. They find a little light bulb And Mike, the lead guy, says, oh, this definitely goes to a Harley Davidson. He knows everything about Harley. And they're digging. Next thing you know, they got this massive hole, 10 feet wide. It's at least 10 feet deep, and they're not finding nothing. Now it's getting dark, and these two are still digging, right? And Mike says, listen, go guy us some fog, some big night lights so we can see what we're doing. And they're digging, and his buddy Frank says, I give up. It's not here. And if you know Mike, he doesn't give up for nothing. He says, no, man, there's something here. I can feel it. Frank gets out of the hole, and Mike's still digging. Next thing you know, it's like one of those clunk. What was that? He keeps digging. He actually pulls out the entire frame of the Harley Davidson. Everything else was rusted away, but that frame was still there. And the moral of the story is he never gave up. He kept digging, and he hit his, what I call gold. He hit it, but he never gave up. Even though everyone around him gave up. Does this remind you of Ash Mufareh? How many people gave up on him? But Mike went by with his faith and asked the same thing as, we could do this. We just got to keep digging a little bit more. We're going to find what we need. Boom. They found it. He hung it on the wall as wall art because it was completely gone. The fact that he didn't give up. That was Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh, I'm sure, has dug a lot of holes to get us where we're at today. He has never given up. We have founders that have a lot of faith, and we have some founders not so faithful. All right. But the most important thing is all of us have learned to ignore some of those people that are a lot more negative. Ash Mufareh, listen, if anyone gets negativity more than any of us, I got to believe it's him. Does he ever tell us that? No, he won't. You know why? Because he doesn't listen to it. He just looks forward and he keeps going. This is how and what we have today with Onpassive. All the things, everything that we've gone through, some of you in 5 years, some of us in 3.5 years, all right, what we've seen. Oh boy, okay, here we go. And then I seen yesterday's pop-up. Now, people are asking me nonstop, Chris, what's going on? I don't know. I'm waiting patiently because I know something big is coming. Because every time Ash goes quiet, boom, he comes out with something. And that back poster absolutely blew me away when I saw it. Wow. I remember texting Marty. Marty, did you see that? What's it say? Oh, you're not going to believe it. You got to go read it. It's pretty cool. Next thing I know, everyone's excited. Everyone's fired up. This is the thing where, Marty says, I don't like the word waiting. Technically, you forgot about that wait already, didn't you? You forgot about the last couple of weeks, like, where's Ash? What's he doing? As soon as that poster came up, you all forgot about that. Now it's like, oh, game on. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Listen, life is short. It's very, very short. Time is fast. There's no rewinding your life. Go out and try to have some fun. Every one of us have lives, all right? Every one of us have different dreams. The truth is, a lot of us can't go out and have some fun because maybe you have to go to a job every day. Maybe you're taking care of someone sick. But I can promise you this, just with that poster and everything that's been going on for the last 5 years, I know exactly what's coming. I don't have nerves of steel, but I do for Onpassive. I believe everything. Listen, Ash Mufareh is never going to stop digging. Let me tell you that. Everything he comes out with, I know you're excited about, but we really haven't seen what he's really coming out with. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the unknown things Ash has in store for us with Onpassive. That's what you really should be excited about, okay? And like I said, I got 100% faith in what Ash Mufareh, his family, and his team has done for all of us, and it's fun. But not knowing the unknown, all right? Like Christmas, you never know what's wrapped in those presents, right? And that's the excitement. Ash has got a lot of presents wrapped up that we're not going to see until that day. But I think every single day soon is going to be, hey, we got a new present for you. We got a new gift. There's so many things happening right now. Don't ask me because I don't know, but I can feel it and I know how excited I am knowing what's coming. So put away stop thinking like, what's going to happen? The guy just told you what's going to happen. All right. Is it as fast as you want? It's never going to be as fast as you want. All I know is when it does happen, you're going to forget about all that stuff, all the things you've gone through. Listen, 32 years of working. Every day I told myself, I can't wait to retire. I just can't. I can't wait to retire. 32 years I waited. 32 years I waited. How many of you worked over 40 years that are on here that said, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. This guy is doing he's creating. Think about all the people, 1,400,000 people whose lives are going to completely change here very soon. All right. It's time to start thinking about your personal life, what you want to do. I don't care if it's going out and buying a nice car, going on a dream vacation. Here's the greatest thing is you're going to be able to do that. Where before it was just dreams. Someday, aren't you tired of saying someday? Don't you want to say now? Don't you want to wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I do want to go to Hawaii. I do want to go visit Red in the UK. All right. All this stuff. No, Red ain't happened just yet, but it will. All this stuff is now a possibility for every single one of us. Okay. How long is that going to take? I don't know, but I don't care. I waited 32 years for a pension. I think I can wait a few weeks or a few months. All right. To have something really good in my life happen. And that's exactly what you're waiting for. Go do something. Go plan something that you want to do with your family. Some of you don't even have time to go to a movie with your kids or bowling. I was there. I know I worked the afternoon shift. That's going to change. Start planning it. Talk to your kids. Ask your kids, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What's something you've always wanted to do? Maybe go to Walt Disney World, Disneyland. How many of you out there could say, I've never been to Disneyland and you're my age? Think about that. Something I think every kid should see when they're little. And then when they're older, because you're still going to love it. But start planning your life. I had my neighbor just over here. I was almost late for this. Who was in the hospital. He had double heart. I signed him up as a founder a while ago. I said, hey, dude, I got to get you registered in the OES. He came over. It literally took less than 3 minutes to sit him down, get him in the system. He's done. He's got it. Boom. I got 62 people out there, and some, like Red said, have triple accounts. You paid for something. I'm trying to figure out. I've sent emails, left messages. Why? You got to give me a good enough reason why you don't want to get into OES. Maybe you forgot. Listen, here's a reminder. You got 3 knuckleheads right here. I call us knuckleheads because we're friends, that are trying to tell you, you don't want to miss this. Yeah, you have a year once Ash gives us the links, but why miss that? I think you're going to miss out on a lot if you don't get into this now. Because right when it happens, the day you get the links and we go public, it's time to go to work, because Onpassive already started going to work for it. Actually, Onpassive started going to work with you about a month ago by going on Onpassive.com and checking out, getting these 3 free products to the world. There's a lot of people. How many? I don't know. I keep telling you that. I don't know that number, but I do know this. There's at least 3 in there that I'm getting. There's at least 3 in there Red's getting. There's at least 3 Marty's getting. Now go on and on and on. That's for everybody. We don't know how many are in there, but look at, that's how I say there's 3 in there for me somewhere. Maybe there's 10, maybe there's 20. Rotator, you don't know what's going to happen on that rotator. Get excited about not knowing what you're going to wake up to every single day. Because honestly, I think all the individuals who stuck around, had faith in this company, I don't think you're going to be surprised at all, because I really think you understand what's going to happen with Onpassive. All right. And then I want you to think, once it has happened, all the work that these individuals put in for you, because you never had to do nothing. You really had to do nothing. Honestly, it's the easiest. I don't call it a job, but it's the easiest job I've ever had to do in my life. Because I know I haven't made anything now. None of us have. But I know what's coming. I know every time I look at Red Redford's face and see Jane and Red on Fun Day, I know it's coming. When I see Marty do his live 7 days a week and talk about things, I definitely know it's coming. When I see all of you asking me questions every day, I know it's coming. I said a speech like that a few years ago back on the one of the fireside chats. And that's where that came from. It's coming. But let me tell you right now, folks, it's not just coming, it's here. You're going to be blessed beyond your belief. Have that faith in what's going on. Listen, prayers always help. All right. Keep the Mufareh family, keep the Redford family, the Marty DeGarmo, the Chris Johnson in your prayers all the time, because we do that for you guys every single night, because we love you and we care. So guess what? I've talked way too much. And don't forget, you can't repeat your life. but you definitely can make up for things that maybe wasn't so great in your life. That's coming. You can't fix your holes in your life, guys, but you can make some new memories. Right now, right on your post today, it's time to start making some new memories. Think about that just for 5 seconds. What is something in your life that you'd like to start a new memory with your kids, your wife, your husband, whoever, your brothers, sisters? Because now is the time to start thinking like that. Marty DeGarmo. Oh, and happy birthday to Marty Lowe. Ba-boom. It's all yours, brother.
All right. Thank God you didn't have too much. Are you guys done? Okay, good. We want everybody, this is important. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. Things can change at any time. We already know anything after the 12th, today's the 12th. Just be open, be ready. And if you haven't migrated, check that list. All the names are on there, all the emails are there. You'll see your name. I'm telling you, a lot of people are finding out they forgot. That's all. It's not a big deal. So check it out and see if you can't get your position filled. Anyway, I'll see you all. God bless. Enjoy your day. And we will all see you tomorrow on our lives. Adios.